question. Brian Young has this question. What are your thoughts on PS5's optic drive for 4K movies? Good, bad, other players better? I would always go with a standalone player. And I think they do support Dolby Atmos, but I'm not sure about DTSX and then IMAX Enhanced and everything else. So the main thing is, and I showed it on the Revon X100, X200 unboxing video. The information, if you press and hold the info button and you're playing a disc, it comes out and it shows you the source information. Source information, color chroma, YCBCR 4:2:0. Sorry, Joe.
Sure.
That's the color chroma, whatever you want to call it. Color depth was something, it's called a whole bunch of things. Anyway, on the disc, it's saved as 420, and then when you press down, it says output information, and then so the processor in the player has to change that from 420 to 444 before it's sent out to your display, right? So when you think about that process is going to be better in a standalone player because the video game console is there to do one thing: play video games, stream some content. And when you start adding these things on, yes, it could be a good, value if you can get one at like retail price and not have to like pay a scalper double. Otherwise, then yeah, just go with a 4K player. But you can get some cheap ones. The LG one's halfway decent. So, I think it's like what, $250 or something like that. So I would go with one of those if you wanted to get started. Yeah, you can go spend up to $1,000 or more. Probably not necessary depending on your system, but yeah, that's that.
So there's a visual difference though.
Yeah, I know. What's his name? Cleveland.
The
Villain Man. Yeah. So he did a side-by-side comparison like I did with his Xbox and then the Sony player, and you could see the line down the middle. Like you can actually see there is a difference with the Sony. The Sony has more contrast, and the picture looked slightly better. So, I hear from people all the time. Like I was watching 4K Blu-rays on my Xbox. I bought that Panasonic, the cheapest one you recommended. It was on sale for $149, and they're like, "Wow, the colors are great. The 3D pop." And like when I say 3D pop, it's like, the separation between background, foreground, and the subject, and like, and in some of these movies, like even in Free Guy, like when they're outside in the streets, like, dude, you can see so far away. And then of course I got that 83-inch OLED, so it's like, dude, it's so clear. Like what is happening? Like those things all look better on these standalone players. So, and it's not just me that says that. Like a lot of my viewers.
Yeah, I hear a lot. Everybody always wants a good deal, right? So
yeah,
it's almost like I have this other thing. Can you please just say that it's the same? I would like for you to say that they look exactly the same. And you're like, it doesn't though. I'm like,
I'd love it if they were, if honestly, if it was cheaper. Now, of course, the Xbox does have issues when you're watching content because you got to use the controller. And sometimes I put the controller next to me in bed and all of a sudden somebody moves and then it's fast forwarding because it's, just the joystick. So all of a sudden things are happening. We're like, crap. And then how do we get back to it? So, there are other issues, using an Xbox. But, when we used to come up here to Mammoth from LA, I used to bring my Xbox 360 and a bunch of DVDs. So I would just use it as a DVD player when we're watching, in the room and all that kind of stuff.
Croson says, all this talk about players while backing up your collection via files and not worrying about one ever again is the way to go. Plex, Zapiti, Kaleidoscape for the ballers.
Yeah.